Okay, today we're going to start off with a posted video because I feel like it. I'm trying to just trying to do some things right, and I was out early this morning. I said, why not? I've had a very, very frustrating, hectic morning. According to my wife, I've done everything wrong, which is normal. I don't wash dishes because she yells at me. So I didn't do the dishes, and guess what? She yelled at me. And I said, make up your mind, and this is not going well. So we'll hold tight on that for a while. That little scenario for a while. Let me get rid of this first, okay? Okay, trying to get back over where I was. Alright, here I am now. Just one of those things. Oh, there's a really great remark by Trump. Trump, she has to be of age, like above 6 years old. I don't know what the particulars of that are, but then, well, there were one of the things that I'm beginning to realize, there are a lot of truly nasty people on this planet. You got Iran's laying mines in the Strait of whatever that's called over there, and we destroyed the mine. We shot the. We got rid of the mine laying vessels, and then they shot up three oil tankers right outside the straits. So this is going to start involving a lot of other people. And I'm really not, happy about that. I just really honestly don't think that's a good scenario for anybody or anything. I have no idea if that's going to escalate, but I would say it does. It does appear to be a situation that's going to escalate, and when it's still not sure whether how Saudi Arabia is involved in this, or if it is involved in it at all. I think Qatar got hit by something. I don't know. I haven't read anything where it says Saudi Arabia has been hit by anything, but they're not replying. That much I know. They're not shooting at Iran or anything like that yet. But you stop the oil tankers from going through, you're affecting the world economy. The oil-bearing nations just decided to release the reserves to help adjust the price. And that will just mean that the price will stay high and never come down again for a long time, so as they replenish the reserves. Now, this is the boys. This is how they operate. This is just the gross stupidity of Trump and company. Let's see what else is going on. Katy Perry won the lawsuit over Katy Perry. Now that gets really confusing. But apparently there was a dress designer in Australia who was sued by the singer Katy Perry to stop using her name. And Katy Perry, the first names are spelled different. Okay, so I'm not sure which one is which, but they're spelled different. And this has been going on since 2009. fighting over the lawsuit. The one is a designer of clothes, and the other, of course, is a superstar. But the thing about it was they were pretty much had the thing settled, and there was no problems. And then the singer Katy Perry decided that she wanted to sell, merchandise, including clothing, at her concerts and whatnot, which is normal for all superstars. It's just that's where the cash comes in. You know what I mean? That's the sales. Especially that's a lot of stuff that's never reported. It's simply a cash generator because the taxes and the fees and everything that they pay are a lot of money comes out of that concert, that so-called great concert money. And most stars try to own the merchandise. It's like Jack Nicholson. You know how he got rich, and the reason he got rich is when they made the Batman movie with the coat. They didn't think it was going to be that successful, and that the Joker wouldn't be that successful. And he bought all the rights to merchandise and after sales and everything else. And the movie was an absolute blockbuster. So, and sales of the Joker toys and everything else just skyrocketed, and he got a piece of everything. So that's how he got really, really rich. But again, a lot of that's cash generated, and both sides are cheating on the books. So you never really know what's going to happen there. So that takes care of Katy versus. But anyhow, Katy versus Katy got settled today, and the designer got the trademark, so she can go do what she wants to do, which is fine. I think the whole thing was stupid to begin with. I mean, I don't think trademarks are stupid. I just think certain issues that people go after are ridiculous. What's this now? Oh, I hate this. The White House is getting sued again. Trump don't give a shit, right? He doesn't. His lawyers don't get paid unless they win their cases. So if he's in a lawsuit and he loses, that's too bad. What can I tell you? Here you go. I'm watching. I'm trying to do these Eastern Island statue heads, carving them, and this is the size of wood I use. This is 1 by 1 by 6, and finding patterns and designs that'll fit into that are a little difficult, because I like to use a stencil or an outline just to get my borders down. The inside the border stuff is entirely different than the border. But very difficult to find them, and they're very difficult to size them the right way. If I do find a pattern that I like, I can't size it, so that's just another, another problem I have. Ooh. All right. What else is happening? I don't really know. There's not a lot that appears to be happening. I mean, Trump is, besides this stuff that's going over there, I don't know what Trump is up to, or if he's up to anything, because I don't know if he's playing golf, or if he's actually having meetings and what have you, and if people are actually listening to him, which I doubt. I think his cabinet's running amok. I think they're out of control. Kristi Noem was an example of that. And I think there's more examples, and Pam Bundy and Pete Hegseth and a few of the others that are involved in that thing. I don't think he has the control over them that he's claiming he does. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, she put, I don't know what this said, Trump's weakening the military by appointing Charlie Kirk's wife. Well, I know she was made put on the visitors something panel at the Air Force Academy. That's the only thing I know about it. You know, but you got that again. You've got a lot of people in positions that they're not qualified for. You know, and that's a not nice situation. And I don't know what to tell you about that, you know. You see some of the crazy shit people build here, and then you want to know, and they tell you, oh, it's very easy to do it. Yeah, if you got a table saw in your backyard and a bandsaw, you know, then everything's very easy to do if you have a full shop. But if you're like me, you got, you know, a bunch of knives and you're a whittler, you're not a carver, but I've carved things that happen to come out better than some stuff I've seen. So I'm better at that than I am at whittling, but, you know. Such is life, people. So what else is going on now, huh? I don't know. You want to check something? I'll check it. Let's see. Let's go over here. NBC. Da 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 da. La da da da. MS Now, I should say. You know. Now you got Stephen Miller, who is again one of these people you can pick to be either Himmler or Goebbels or Goering or somebody else, but he's a sick motherfucker, and he helped write the 2025 project manual that Trump somewhat follows, and they're reportedly helping Trump create his own mega deep state. Yeah, he's a sick son of a bitch. And, you know, and people don't understand that. You know, I'm not sure he'll leave when Trump leaves. That's why I say you've got to get rid of some of the higher ups in that secession order when Trump leaves. Otherwise, you're just going to be impeaching everybody as you go along. Yo, the problem that I see with all these so-called Republican seats flipping Democrat is that it's because things don't change automatically and don't change instantly. The Democrats will have a hard time these Democrats are going to have a hard time getting reelected because things don't change that fast, you know. And Trump screwed this thing up so badly with the executive orders. I don't think executive orders can correct a lot of the problems. So you're going to have some serious bullshit going on, you know, depending who gets the job. Hegseth rejects reality about everything. He's rejecting the idea that the war in Iran is spreading despite reality. He doesn't, don't you understand? These people don't deal in reality. They deal in their own little what do you call it, fiefdoms, you know. They got everything going. They don't care. So Jesus, Trump administration wins Minnesota ruling despite its likely unconstitutional policies. So how the fuck do you win a ruling if it's unconstitutional? I don't understand that one either. That's passing the buck. They don't want to take responsibility. They want to do what the boss wants, but then, you know, because he'll figure a way around the constitutionality part about it, you know. Counterterrorism people are leaving the DOJ. We're going to have some serious trouble pretty soon, and that's when he institutes martial law and the military takes over the government. That's going to happen, I guess. I don't know. That looks the way they're headed. You know, the way they're doing things. They're not leaving us any choice. You know. Trump is working more about what's going on at home, overseas, than he is what's going on here. You know, he wants to be the world's most powerful man. That would be nice if he had a brain. I wouldn't be as upset about it as I am, you know, because he doesn't have a brain. You know. Well. Having a brain, I don't think having a brain is a requirement to be a politician anymore, you know. I honestly don't think so. So we'll have to see how that, god damn. I can never, this chair's got to go. I have to get a special cushion. Alright, that's it. Alright, so everybody, you, take care. Hit the subscribe button on the way out, and I'll be over in the live channel in about 20 minutes or so. 11. Excuse me. I'm sorry. About 11 o'clock my time. You know, people edit that shit out. You know, and I don't. I just leave it in there. What the hell? You know, I'm real. I'm not AI, baby. All right. Talk to you guys later.